After a string of painful losses, something big is about to happen, and if you miss it, you won't be able to say I didn't warn you. Experts are saying the Bears might sign a veteran to fix one of the team's biggest weaknesses. The Bears' offense has been a shadow of what we expected. It hurts to watch. And now, the fans are getting tired. At the last game, the whole stadium booed. Can you imagine that pressure? DJ Moore opened up about what those boos really mean and how the team is feeling amid all this chaos. Are we witnessing the end of an era? Don't go anywhere, because I'm about to tell you everything you didn't know about this heartbreaking moment in the season. Finally, the Bears are still holding on to Caleb Williams. Even though everything seems to be going downhill, Coach Eberflus is not ready to give up. Is this a smart move or a fatal mistake? With the pressure mounting and the offensive issues hitting hard, the real question is, can Williams truly lead this team to victory? Bears fans, this is next-level stuff. What's going on with our offensive line? Let me tell you, the Bears, in their constant quest to improve, have been stumbling. Why can't things just be easy? 3 weeks ago, we were 4-2 on a 3-game winning streak, but now, what do we have? A losing streak and an offense in pieces. I'm asking myself, how did we get here? Who's going to protect the future of this team? Quarterback Caleb Williams, if the O-line keeps playing like this? And hey, don't fall asleep on me here. We're talking about an uncertain future for the franchise, and now the Bears need to do something that, honestly, has never been clearer, a complete overhaul of the offensive line. I know a lot of you are saying, but we have Darnell Wright and Braxton Jones. But let me tell you something, folks, if you don't have depth at the tackle position, how are you going to compete with the big teams in the league? That's what these past weeks have shown us. That's where Matt Pert, the veteran tackle from the Denver Broncos, comes in. Why do I say that? Well, this guy has been a workhorse with the Broncos this year, and he's no slouch. He's been playing as a backup tackle, but let me tell you, he's been playing really well. Pert, 27 years old and standing 6 feet 7 inches tall, has allowed just 6 pressures in 142 snaps without giving up a single sack or hit on the quarterback. Plus, he has a solid run-blocking grade of 65.5, according to Pro Football Focus. That's exactly what we need. A guy who'll come in and do his job with no excuses. Now, I gotta ask you all, how is it possible the Bears haven't made this move already? This is the kind of move a serious team makes. Pert's not a star, but he's a solid player, a good backup who could really help improve the quality of our O-line, big time. And what else? At 318 pounds with a massive physical presence, he could be the type of player who finally brings some stability to that line. If the Bears are serious about their future, now's the time to put all the necessary pieces in place so Caleb Williams doesn't turn into a punching bag. So here's the big question, my fellow fans, what do you think of this move? Is Pert the answer to our O-line woes? Or should we be looking for someone else to fix this problem once and for all? The fans at Soldier Field, the ones who've always been there, the ones who never fail, made it crystal clear what they think with those boos. They booed everyone, from Caleb Williams to DJ Moore, the whole offense. Now, I ask you, is it really fair to blame the players for what we're seeing? Or is this a reflection of a much deeper issue within the team? What we're witnessing isn't new, and let me tell you, Bears fans know it all too well. 8 straight quarters without a single touchdown, this isn't something you see every day. Not even in the darkest days of this team had we hit rock bottom like this. And don't fool yourselves, this isn't just a couple of lost games. No, folks, this is the result of years, decades, of built-up frustration from the fans. Every season, the same story, ineffective offense, lack of adjustments, and a painful cycle of broken expectations. Want to know why the boos started in the first quarter? It's not just because of a missed play or a botched series. No, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. It's the feeling that, once again, the Bears are letting us down. And it's no surprise the fans are blowing up. It's more than justified. This group, with all its promises, was supposed to be the one that changed everything. This team was supposed to be the one to break the curse. But look at what we have, a stagnant offense, and not even a touchdown in 3 straight games. And here comes DJ Moore, who spoke about the boos on the Bernstein and Holmes radio show. Moore, who's been one of the few bright spots on this team, made it clear that he understands the fans' frustration. Can you imagine being part of this team and hearing those boos? I know how it feels, and let me tell you, patience has its limits. The question is, who's to blame? It's easier to blame the players, but the problem comes from the top, from the coaching staff. Speaking of Caleb Williams, the rookie quarterback, how do you think he feels? After getting hit 15 times in the last 2 games, can anyone really blame him for not wholeheartedly backing his offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron? Of course not. Caleb made it clear, they're not reinventing the wheel. Don't we see it? No changes in strategy, no adjustments, and the Bears keep falling into the same cycle of mediocrity. With the Bears season in shambles, questions are starting to pop up. Is this team capable of adapting? Or is it already out of the fight by the time the tougher matchups roll around? Now, I ask you, Bears fans, what do you think about all this? Is it time to make a change at the top? Are the players really responsible for what's going on? Because, in my opinion, enough with the excuses. This team needs a radical change, and soon. But I want to know, who do you think should take responsibility for all this? Is it really okay for Caleb Williams to keep being the starting quarterback despite all the offensive chaos we're seeing? Let me tell you, this situation is on fire. And now, I ask you, is this the best decision Matt Eberflus can make? Matt Eberflus, the Bears head coach, has made it crystal clear, Caleb is our starter, and there's no turning back. That's what he says. Meanwhile, the Bears' offense is collapsing, and the criticism keeps pouring in. Yet, Eberflus stands firm, backing the rookie who was selected number 1 in this year's draft. Now, I ask, does this decision reflect the strength of a leader who knows what he's doing? Or are they just holding on to hope that hasn't quite taken off? Let's face it, Caleb Williams hasn't thrown a single touchdown in nearly a month. That's a fact. And to make matters worse, he's completed less than 54% of his passes over the last 3 games. Those are some scary stats. But despite that, he's still the starter, and that's raising a sea of doubts, both from the fans and the analysts. The big question here is Eberflus showing the necessary confidence in his young quarterback, or is he just maintaining the facade of stability in the midst of a disaster? And if that wasn't enough, the Bears' offense is one of the worst in the league. They're ranked 30th in yards per game and 24th in points. That's simply unacceptable. While everyone is pointing fingers at Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator, for his play calling in the disastrous loss to the Patriots in Week 10, Eberflus' response is clear. There are no changes at quarterback. Shouldn't there be some kind of adjustment beyond just sticking with Williams? I don't know. Folks, things are looking pretty complicated. So, now, I ask you, Bears fans, is this the moment to continue supporting Caleb Williams, or is it time for the team to consider a radical change to turn things around? What do you think about Eberflus' decision to keep him as the starter despite these alarming numbers? Bears fans, it's time to speak up. The question on everyone's mind is Pert the ultimate answer for our offensive line? Or should we be looking at other options to fix this issue once and for all? We need your opinion because you are part of this Bears family too. What do you think about this critical situation? Now, the ball's in your court. Is it time for a change at the top, or are the players truly the ones to blame for what's happening? What happens this season depends on the decisions we all make as fans. What do you think, the one who knows this team's heart better than anyone? And finally, we come to the big question on everyone's lips. Is it time to keep backing Caleb Williams, or is it time for a drastic change to give the team a shot at victory? I want to hear your thoughts, because your voice is crucial for what's coming next. Join the Bears family, hit subscribe, and become part of this growing community. Every comment, every subscription is a step closer to making our team and our family stronger than ever. Don't forget to like this video, share it with other fans, and follow us for more electrifying news. And remember, always with the Bears, always with passion.